turnover up to 400 crores, special package including a slew of labor-friendly measures to promote employment generation in textile sector, developing inland waterways to shift a significant portion of inland cargo movement from road to rail, development of large public infrastructure on land parcels held by central ministries and CPSCs all across the country, action plan to deepen the market for long-term bonds. Don't miss that. Yeah. Development of social stock exchange, very important, sir. I know a lot of members have already been very concerned about funds not being available, options not existing for social sector voluntary organizations. Development of social stock exchange, absolutely progressive idea which we have come up with. Even in the Western countries, many of them have not yet begun, some of them have already done, but development of social stock exchange on electronic fundraising platform for listing social enterprises and voluntary organizations. A very transparent way in which funding for these organizations can be done.
Nirmala ji,
sir,
2:30 non-official day.
I agree, sir. I agree, sir. I agree, sir. I'll tell you just
you are responding very well. I have no problem, but only members has to go and come back.
I appreciate that, sir. I'll finish it.
Please.
I just want to underline, while saying that only 11 structural major reforms have been done in 22 years, the former finance minister took the mention of, or he mentioned only about abolition of license permit, FERA and FEMA, exchange control, and rupee to find its own value. These kind of steps have been taken by them. I do give credit for that. How many are there? If I missed out on some, please correct me, but how many did he mention? 4. How much have I read for 5 years? More than 16. More than 16. So, former finance minister, it can be even more. He mentioned, yeah, I've said it. I've said it. I've said he mentioned only 4, there can be more. I've said it. Sorry.
Please. You
Sir.
Carry on, please. This is not going on record. Why are you wasting your energy? Already you are hungry. Then spending more energy will be problem.
Sir, there's nothing in the budget. Again, the former minister said that there's nothing in the budget which will increase household savings. I'd like to draw the attention of the House through you, sir. Government has taken various measures for investment promotion. I'll just like to list them. They will have a bearing on the savings because the huge squeezing out which is happening will be reduced and there shall be greater funds, and we'll also want more people to come into this fold of, buying shares, retail purchase of shares, and also savings. We have liberalized FDI in policy. Proposed 100% FDI will be permitted for insurance intermediaries. Local sourcing norms will be eased for FDI in single band retail sector. Hopefully that will promote a lot more buying and selling at local areas, thereby giving more people more money in their hands, real money. The budget proposed to increase the statutory limit for FPI investments in a company from 24% to sectoral foreign investment limit, with option given to the concerned corporates to limit it to a lower threshold. Increasing the annual turnover limit, which I've already mentioned, 250 to 400 crores. The infrastructure development fund, the 100 lakh crores. Then public-private partnership model for the railways. And scheme, the Spurti, about which I've spoken a lot, Mudra for 1 lakh for women, 70,000 crores for bank recapitalization, are all ways in which small savings will increase. So then, very important point which former minister raised. Only 30 lakh people have got health benefits. 43% toilets are not usable because lack of water. I just want to draw the attention of the House, sir, through you. The above issue pertains to scheme implementation, which may be replied by the concerned ministry at the time of discussion related to the detailed demand for grants. But however, the following may be noted. Under Swachh Bharat Mission, Grameen, the incentive for individual toilet has been increased from 10,000 to 12,000 crores to provide for water availability, the point that the Honorable former Minister raised, including for storing water, for hand washing and cleaning. Further, under the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, rural pans are used which require only 1 to 2 liters of water for flushing. A thought has been given even for that. Then, sir, as per the results of the National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey 2018-19, conducted through an independent verification agency under World Bank support to Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, 96.5% of the households who had access to toilets are using them. So if there was not water, how will they use? 96.5% are using them, and that is not Government of India saying, it's an independent organization saying it. So they are under World Bank, so please remember that. Sir, if they use it, will they use it without water, sir? Please.
Don't get into that.
So, no allocation for the maintenance of PMGSY. I remember him taking the name of his own native town, Sivaganga. I think I'll draw his attention through you, sir. Maintenance management of rural roads. At present, the main features inbuilt in the PMGSY Gramin Sadak Yojana for maintenance are as follows. All PMGSY roads are covered by the 5-year maintenance contracts. Their maintenance contract is inbuilt, sir, to be entered into along with the construction contract with the same contractor in accordance with the standard bidding document, SBD. Maintenance funds to service the contract is to be budgeted by state governments and placed at the disposal of the SRRDA in a separate maintenance account. It exists. Please use it for Sivaganka. On expiry of 5-year post-construction maintenance period, even after 5 years that is, these roads are to be placed under the zonal maintenance contracts consisting of 5-year maintenance including renewal as per cycle. So the next 5 years are also made provision for. State governments are stipulated to take adequate steps to build up capacity in the district panchayats and endeavor to devolve funds and functionaries onto these panchayats from the state government onto the panchayats in order to enable them to maintain and manage maintenance contracts for rural roads. So the protocol is adequately laid down. Till such a time district panchayats take over maintenance functions, the PIUs, the panchayat institutions, will continue to be responsible for the administration of post-construction and zonal maintenance contracts of the PMGSY and not the union government and not Modi Sarkar. So please, sir, I won't go further into the maintenance of roads. One last thing which was absolutely interesting. Sir, what was former minister telling us, sir?
We have to introduce a bill also.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. Please give me a few minutes, sir. I'll finish it with this.
Please.
What was the comment, sir? The lenders of money lenders, can probably tell us. I don't know if I have the exact words. That this $5 trillion US business. Yes. I'll come to that. Sorry? No, other members are also
She has covered wide range of issues.
Sure.
If you want, she will cover further. Are you ready? No. Please. No, let us be serious. She is speaking on facts and rebutting the argument. If at all there is a problem, you can again take recourse to as per the rules. Please, ma.
Sir, I'm sorry, I
understand you have to take care of your colleague.
No. 1 minute. I'll probably come with the exact wordings. I don't want any one of you all to mistake me. I'm sorry, sir, I'm seeking your indulgence. I'll finish with this. The goal of 5 trillion economy, sir, it's just a mathematical calculation. A money lender can do it and let you know that it will get compounded. It's all right. Every couple of years, the economy will double. Sir, if that's indeed the case, sir, why are all of us here? Why should there be a government? And I'm tempted to ask, indeed, if money doubles, the economy doubles anyway, just by the moneylender business, he can keep his kata, accounts keeping will tell you that, don't bother, sit quiet, the economy will double in every few years. Is that why during UPA, no attention was given to the economy, but scandals were going on? All attention there. Economy will anyway double. Economy will anyway double in every 5 years. Don't bother, we'll concentrate on doing what we need to.
Please.
Income, increase our personal income. What is this, sir? What is the former finance minister trying to imply?
Please.
I'm sorry for having made an observation like that and slighted, mocked, ridiculed that governments needn't do anything. The country will, GDP will multiply every 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Let me ask this question, sir. In the first 60 years of this country, did it double every 2 years? Hindu rate of growth was accused on us. Why didn't it double at that time? That was a Congress government. Why didn't it double?
Please. No.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. The contempt, the slight, the indifference, the subtle tongue-in-cheek, sir, I'm sorry, and therefore I have to come out fairly strongly on this. The inflation rate, the depreciation of the currency, the exchange rate, so many things will have to be managed so that this country's economy doubles. It's not that easy that only the money lender will keep an account and the economy will double on its own. I'm sorry, sir. With due respects to the former minister, from whom I honestly want to learn a lot of lessons, I will only say in the last few minutes, sir, you've been very indulgent to me, and I'm sorry to all the members that I've held you back from your lunch, and also the private members in the Bill's times. One last word, sir. One last word. I love to learn a lot of lessons from every former minister, finance minister. Every finance minister. But just because former finance minister has sort of slighted our targets, didn't think it had any virtue, I just want to say the lessons that I want to learn from his Karyakal as finance minister. The voluntary disclosure income scheme, which was introduced by him. The Comptroller and Auditor General of India condemned the scheme, saying it's abusive and fraud, and genuine taxpayers have suffered. Shouldn't I be learning a lesson, sir? I'll second say, 2008, the credit culture was something which has really laid a lot of burden on us. In 2014, sir, when we came, the burden was passed on us on the election eve. In order to earn some brownie points, the then finance minister, for containing fiscal deficit within the budgeted 4.8% of the GDP, left a huge burden of unpaid bills for the next government, which was our government in 14. We took the burden on ourselves. I have to learn a lesson, sir. The under-recoveries of the oil marketing companies alone were said to be 1.4 lakh crores. We inherited that. I have to learn a lesson from the former finance minister. Both in 2008 and 2013-14, sir, separate terms as finance minister, Sri Chidambaram had accepted that he had accepted, sir. He had accepted. I'm quoting him. that the extent of inflation in the economy was worrisome. Extent of inflation was worrisome. It is common knowledge, I am quoting, sir, it is common knowledge that the government of the day will pay a price for high inflation, especially if inflation persists over a long time. This he said on December 12, 2014, sir. 2013 he had said this. Lastly, the white paper on black money prepared by the then finance ministry under the finance minister Shri Pranab Mukherjee, a former president, in May 2012 said something. I'd like to quote it again. It had a boxed item, sir, on participatory notes. Quote, these instruments are traded overseas outside the direct purview of the SEBI surveillance, thereby raising many apprehensions about the beneficial ownership and the nature of funds invested in these instruments. Concerns have been raised that some of the money coming into the market via participatory notes could be unaccounted wealth camouflaged under the guise of FII investments. SEBI has been taking measures to ensure that participatory notes are not used as conduits for black money or terrorist funding. Close quotation. And this is the white paper released during the time of Shri Pranab Mukherjee. So, interestingly, P. Chidambaram, again, who took over as finance minister in 2013.
Please.
Yes, sir.
No, please.
My reply, sir. I'm finishing with this, sir. SEBI and the Directorate of Enforcement, which have, I'm quoting here, this is a speech given in the Lok Sabha in 2013, so I'm not taking it from any other source. SEBI and the Directorate of Enforcement, which have a regulatory role in the matter, have not come across any instance of participatory notes being used for money laundering. FIIs are also required to provide an undertaking that they have not issued participatory notes to Indian residents or non-resident Indians, and KYC compliance norms have been followed for the beneficial owner of the participatory notes. And this was in 2013, sir. Final word coming from the Supreme Court, 2015, sir. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm answering all of you all, if you don't mind. I wouldn't mind, I have no pleasure otherwise. I'm duty bound to answer.
Right.
Sir, 2015, after that statement in Lok Sabha 2013 by the former minister, 2015, a Supreme Court appointed special investigation team entrusted with the task of suggesting measures to curb black money recommended SEBI should do more to identify real owners of participatory notes and restrict their transfer. Many things can be added. In the past also, there have been concerns over Indian promoters using participatory notes. It is only after our government has come in, we've started the complete correction on participatory notes, sir. So lessons being learned from every finance minister, former finance minister.
Thank you.
So I'd like to submit it, and I hope I've answered all the members' concerns.
People want some questions to be asked, but as there is no time, I am not entertaining it because member seems to be tired. So the House stands adjourned to